Yeah, because they're definitely ethical considerations, aren't there,
Hmm.
with AI? And I think that is, and again, it's one of those where it's sort of thrown a lot, isn't it? That it's like,
Hmm.
well, it's really unethical AI. It's not, well, is it? I mean, humans can be unethical as well, but I think your point is that the trust of data and data capture and what it's
Yeah.
saying, and then confidentiality is something which, of course, has got to be seen. And then again, it goes back down to personal um, confidence
Hmm.
that what I'm going to be sharing in a coaching conversation, and I've had some type of, you know, psychometric, and we've debriefed it. That is a personal conversation. That's not going anywhere. And more importantly, am I giving my, I suppose, am I agreeing to that data being used
Hmm.
for something else? I suppose. But then the flip side of it is it's such rich data.
Yeah.
And from a research point of view, I mean, it's incredible
Hmm.
what potentially it could be used for good. But I suppose
Hmm.
that's the problem, right? It could be used for bad too. So
Yeah. It makes you think about, though, like when you do a dissertation at university and I think most people probably used a survey of some sort. You do one of those classic consent forms. You say exactly what's going to happen to the data, when it's going to get destroyed, what you're going to do with it for security purposes, etc., etc. And we pay a lot of attention to that, and we kind of sign our life away as a participant. And you flip the switch now, you make an open AI account and you just tick all the boxes, I think, without really paying much attention. It's the same as kind of cookies permission and things on various websites. I think people just have a very blasé attitude to what's being collected about them when they use a website like ChatGPT. And I'm sure that's working in their favor, because they are then able to access and keep hold of a lot more than we probably realize or give them credit for.
totally. But it's no different though, is it? From you'll have a phone on your desk. I've got a phone on a desk. It's listening to us,
Yeah.
right? Don't be surprised that when you scroll through social media, or if I scroll through social media later on tonight, there will be something which will be linked to AI
Yeah.
because it's listening to us. And again, to your point, we've given that consent, and
Hmm.
we probably haven't considered the consent, but that's what we've done, right? We've said, oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine. I want to get access to Instagram or whatever it is, whatever your social media of choice is, but you've
Mm.
given that consent, but it's listening to us. So it's it's already here.
It is. It definitely is.
So what do you think in terms of AI and psychometrics? Where do you think AI will come in, and what do you think it will do to help the work that you guys do?
Um, I think automation could be quite a big space that it could help with, in terms of, there are elements to certain psychometric tools that are very manual still. Um, and I think if we could get to a point where a lot of that was automized, that would be fantastic, as long as there's still that kind of quality and sense checking that goes on. I think feedback sessions, debriefs will always need to be face to face, in my opinion, for the reasons we've just talked about. But I do think that kind of prep beforehand, what gets fed back to a candidate, a lot of that could be automized, and AI could play a huge role in that, which is exciting. Um, I think scale as well could be
Yeah,
something that's going to have a big impact on. So, collecting data from all the participants that have,
right.
rather than just a norm group that was decided a few years ago, having that constantly updated would be fascinating, really kind of live pockets of data. Um, Being able to distill it down into more specific comparison groups as well for an assessment, I think could be fascinating. So Hogan, people mostly use the global norm group as an example, but actually being able to pick specific um, geographies from the
Yeah.
population or kind of types of role, yet alone level of role, I think could be fascinating as well. And I think the AI will definitely support in that. Um, those would probably be the main bits that jump out.
Yeah, and you're right. I agree. I think the automation, this is really the one of the areas that can definitely help. It's taken away a lot of the, I guess, the sort of traditional administrational part, which
Hmm.
allows us then to get into more of the areas that, you know, presumably going to help individuals and or from an assessment point of view.